All right, cool. Okay, thank you everyone for tuning in and also um present. Even some people came so early, which I think is encouraging. Okay, and 1 minute. Think we can actually start because we've got a good number of people. So other people will join. Yeah. So okay. Okay, let's just give 2 more minutes anyway. Sorry about that. We give 2 more. We start at 8 past. Okay, thank you. So let's get it started. Yeah, yes. Okay, welcome everyone. So how are you? I'm not saying you're great. I really want to know how you are doing. How are you? Because sometimes it's difficult. Yeah, some people are going to this change of life and change of moments. Everything is kind of difficult. So just so kind of let's have a uh let's just have a touch base on everything. One thing I want to do, if you want to mute quickly, if you had to describe your 1 week, right, using a car, any car, right? So how will you describe it, right? So, and you can just raise your hand. I'll be calling everyone so that we can have order anyway. So, for instance, if you ask me how has been my day since we start, I'll say maybe it's Bugatti. To be honest, the day is now very, very fast now before we finished. And also it's been very, very busy one so fast, actually. So, and yeah, but keeping up with different messages, actually. So, and if I were to describe it again, I would say it's like in for those guys that know 9/11, right? When you carry overload, my text messages was WhatsApp and Telegram has been like that actually. so I can't keep up actually. So that's what how this week has been for me anyway. So let's quickly have a few minutes to talk about that. Jinika, how are you?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, AG. For me, the last 1 week has been like navigating, driving via GPS, and you are confused of, come on, where is this GPS taking me to? I don't understand. But eventually, almost the end of the week, it's like, oh, I see. Okay, gradually I'm getting there. Okay, I'm not stuck anymore. I think I'm seeing the light in the tunnel. Gradually, I'll be there. So that's how I am.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, thank you. Stan.
Hi, thank you. So for me, it's been a roller coaster of information gathering or information learning. It's everything has been thrown at us in a good way, and everybody has been so helpful. The mentors are helpful, and gradually, just like the last person said, everything is beginning to fall into place. Not fully yet, but it doesn't look so daunting anymore compared to when I first started. So yeah, it's looking good. Thank you.
Thank you. The King.
Yes, good evening, Deji. Thanks. For me, it's like being an old jalopy. You know, that you are struggling.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, that you are struggling to kickstart, and each time you have to come out of it and open the engine and see whether there's anything you can fix there, but you are as confused as even the car. So gradually, it's getting to a steep hill now where, I mean, like the gradient is getting high where you can just roll down. Even if the car refuses to start, the car will be rolling on its own. So that's where I am at the moment as a Scrum Master intern.
Yeah, ensure you have a break.
Thanks.
All right. Okay, Rog Ade. I think it would be good if you guys can put at least for your first name so that I can, call you by your name, if that's okay. Please.
All right, sorry. It's Adenike Aderogba. Right. So my own week has been like it's a new ride with just going to learn how to navigate through manual, you know. So I'm so eager to learn how to drive, but the first time I don't even know where to pull in gear 1, gear 2, whatever. I'm just like I did, like I've done the theory part, but the practical part, I'm just all over the place. But at the end of the week, I'm so happy that I actually joined, and I've learned a lot. I know where to pull gear 1, how to start, and apply the brakes. So I'm happy to go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. All right, that's good. Yeah. Adura.
Yes, I was just going to describe it the same way as Denike did. Like you've been driving automatic, you're used to automatic, and somebody just says you should come and drive manual. And you have to learn all those things. And there's a lot of things you need to look out for on the road, especially when you're in the UK. You have to look out for the traffic lights. You have to look out for people crossing, pedestrian. And there's so many things that are so confusing. But if you have a good trainer, and it's like just putting you through step by step, thanks to all the people, the bodies that have been available, the mentor, even Wumi and Moji, they have been good facilitators for us. They have been really coming up when they're actually putting you through. So you're getting more confident in driving the manual car that you got. Thank you.
That's good. And another thing about relating to that, this guy are just bringing out what is in you, right? It's like you already have a Lancet that can drive manual and automatic car at the same time, but you stuck with automatic cars. But someone is just saying, you know, you can actually drive manual car. So trying to convince you, everyone has got that inside of them, to be honest. So the mentors are there to bring them, to bring all these values out, to be honest. And I can say thank you for to the mentors for doing this. This is really, really a great job. But yeah. Okay, Vivian, please.
Oh, hi, good evening. Yeah, like everyone has just described, it's been really confusing for me. I'm really new to this program, and yeah, I'm just struggling to even know the topics under the course I'm doing, the one that I'm doing, which is BA. So yeah, it's very, very confusing. I've got an email as well. I've tried to log on to that one, the Azure or something, and it's still asking me to create something, create something. It's really, really confusing for me, and I'm finding it hard to keep up with everything. But the last Thursday, Friday, I think was a little bit okay, and I hope I'll begin to pick up with, now that it has been created with different groups. I hope it's going to be a little bit easier from there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes when you advertise something and they told you that, yeah, this is going to be cure to everything. So, and if you use it, it has to cure everything. But one thing that I did not actually tell you, I didn't say Sprint Zero will be fun. It's going to be chaotic, to be honest, and it would be. But as you go, it's going to be steep, to be honest, for right now. By the point you plateau, right, then everything come down. But I don't expect you to kind of say, this is, I've got this moment until Sprint 2, to be honest. So, and if you're not getting anything, don't worry, because it's if it's new to you, for other guys as well. So don't worry, all right. Once you start to work on this, actually, you get it, right? I'm going to talk about different people that will be helping you along this journey, and some of them already gone through what you are going through, and they'll be able to encourage you. That's what they will do for you. So you will meet them along the line anyway. Okay, Lola.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes, mine is like coming into a new job line, actually, because it's all new to me. But gradually it's making sense. But getting into planning the board is a bit tough, because I've not been able to log in. It's still telling me, oops. So with my teammates, we met yesterday, and the lady that was with us, who was our mentor, she's been really good. Thanks to her. Hopefully, I pray we get there and on time, because I really, really want to know this. Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm really
Yeah,
interested.
Of course, you will get there. So the one thing that is needed is commitment. And once you have that, don't worry, you'll be flying. Okay, Muhammad.
Thank you, Deji. For me, timing has been a big factor for me. I haven't joined from Australia. So because anytime I have to wake up around 3 a.m. Or 4 a.m. for the session every day. But I think my Scrum Master and the team are really helping, like because, you know, they, like, especially when they are planning this daily stand-up and other things. So, but I think everything is going to be better. So it's only going to be, this is just a start. So I just hope it's all going to be worthwhile at the end of the program. That's just my hope.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So of course it's gonna get better, and yeah, it's good to have you on the program. I think the farthest we've had is guys in Canada and the US, actually. And to be honest, it was really was encouraging, right, to get people that far, and they still log in with the commitment and everything. So I want to say thank you. I really want to support you as well, to be honest, because for you it's about great commitment that you've shown. And anyway, so any issues, right? So please speak to Pat. She's very good and yeah, encouraging
Thank
people.
you.
Yeah, so and yeah, so yeah, and of course, Pat is my wife. Anything that yeah, she will relate it to me if I need to. Yeah. But I think the first person, just yeah, speak to her. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worry. Jeff.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Good evening, Deji. Thank you very much for this. Personally, I think I like the way the tutors, I like the efforts they put in. I like what they are all doing. You know, the BA, the QA, and Scrum Master. For me, being somebody that is already in, you know, testing, and I've actually come and learn about automation, and obviously, I found myself learning some other things. You know, I think one of my own catch will probably be around the Scrum Master, the lady that took the Scrum Master, you know, stuff. Yeah, I think I really like that. I would say that would be the new thing I'm adding to it. You know, trying to, even though I'm doing it at work, trying to understand some areas, you know, when I'm configuring Azure DevOps. So trying to understand more, you know, certain areas that I probably make mistakes. I think that's a catch for me. And also probably the BA part as well has also been an eye-opener, so to say.
Okay.
Thank you for
that's good to know. Of course, we did not lock down the class to say you cannot attend any class, so you are free to do so anyway. So of course, automation will start. Yeah, I asked the team. I think they said it's going to start in sprint 1 actually. So, which I think is good. So the fact that you are getting your hand busy, that's fine. So yeah, maybe I'll happen to help other people in your team since you already got experience in some areas, which I think is good. And yeah, in this particular platform, I know there are a lot of experienced guys actually. Experience in different field, that is one. Experience in their field, but not practical. Some people just like to listen to my voice. I don't know. So, but yeah, you're going to meet a lot of people in this journey. So I'm talking to everyone generally right now. Have open mind, actually. Yeah, that yeah, something great is going to happen within this time. Yeah. All right, D, please.
Hi, good evening. If I was to describe it to a car, I'd say it's been one word, it's been very chaotic. It seems a bit all over the place. If I was going to describe it to driving a car, I would say I don't even know what a car looks like. So I'm still trying to figure out what a car exactly looks like, talk less of accelerating and learning to drive a car in the first place. So it seems a little bit all over the place. There's a lot of information flying around, and it's quite difficult to keep up with that. And I feel like, I'm someone that likes to be, follow structure, be structured and follow structure, be methodical, but it just seems at this moment that we are now, everything seems, I don't even know where. I messaged my body, the BA body today, and she explained a few things to me, but I don't even know where to start, what exactly we're doing. So I feel a bit lost is the word. I feel a bit lost. We've had some lectures and there are a lot of terms being thrown around that, sometimes when I'm in the lecture and they give me one term, I quickly go into Google.
Not sure it's my end or is your end. I can't hear again. Can anyone hear D or it's me?
We can't hear anymore.
I think it's from her end. No,
Okay.
it's from her.
Okay, all right.
It's from
Cool.
her.
I think I got the gist as well, to be honest, what she's trying to say. So, like I said, I did not promise that this particular sprint will be fun. Actually, it's going to be chaotic, and indeed, that's what you paid for, and that's what you're getting. Quickly, let me ask someone, having done 1 week of the sprint, what is the purpose of sprint 0? Maybe let's get that. What's the purpose of sprint 0? Anyone, if you can shout it out.
Collaboration.
Sorry?
Collaboration.
Collaboration, yeah.
Oh, it introduces us into
Hello?
all the aspects of
Relationships.
yeah.
Hi.
Onboarding and induction.
Onboarding and induction. Okay.
Team building.
Awareness,
building
team
as well.
building. Okay.
Exposure.
Exposure. Okay.
Introduction
Major
to
introduction, yeah.
Major introduction. To be honest, I don't think you guys needs to be here actually. So why are you here if you already know these things? So maybe you should just graduate now. So
No, please.
your point actually. The only thing that you've not done or you've not said, right, is you use it to also create the environment as well, right? One, because in Sprint Zero, in a team, I'm not talking about Blue Sky now. When you start to work, Team Zero is when every member of your team start to gel together. So you try to introduce yourself, and that's when you do the onboarding, you do a quick introduction meeting, do some agreements or everything. And also, if there's anything for you to install, to you to also set up, that is the time. So right now you can see the Scrum Master are setting up their board. That is one thing that happen in Sprint Zero. One quick question. I'm coming back to the three people that raised their hand. Is Sprint Zero part of Agile framework? Agile was the principles, right? Is it on the Scrum guide?
Yes.
no.
Yes, to be.
Okay. Let's quickly
Yes.
have it. Let's quickly have it.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Yes.
let's quickly have a check. Okay. If you say yes, type 1. If you say no, type 0. Okay, quickly. Let's see. Quickly. 1 for yes, 0 for no. Okay. Quickly, let's do that. Let's see.
Did you say 1 for yes
is-
and 2 for 0?
0 for no, 1 for yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Let's say there's some 0, there's some 1. Okay. I'll tell you. I'm gonna type my own answer based on my knowledge. So that's my own answer. Okay. And so the answer is 0. Okay. The answer is no. It's not part of Scrum Guide, Sprint Zero. And I know that someone actually mentioned that, yeah, this lady that did this, what's it called? Software, no, sorry, I said Scrum Guide, Scrum Master Studies.
Introduction.
Yesufu, thank you.
Miss Yesufu, yeah.
And she said something, said there are lots of things that is done practically, right, at work that you don't see it in the Scrum Guide. This is one of them, actually.
Yes.
Scrum Zero or Sprint Zero is not in the Scrum Guide. But because before the sprint starts, people know that you need to gel together, you need to set up things. You can't just bring people together and expect them to do things. So that's why in most of the places that they are starting from scratch, you will see them having Sprint Zero. Right. So they call it Sprint Zero for that purpose. It's basically set up. So the reason I'm telling you this is like when you go for interviews, right, you talk about your Sprint Zero, but you know that it's not in this Scrum Guide, but it's a practice that people have been doing many years now, to be honest. So to be honest, I don't really know why they didn't put it in the Scrum Guide. But one thing about Scrum is a bit flexible for you to adapt, right? So, and you can say, in my work company, we use Sprint Zero, and this is what we use it for. You are not going to go authoritatively and say, Sprint Zero should be there, is that, is not that. No, that's one thing I want you to look into here. When you go for interview, talk about what you did there as what you've done, not as an authority to say, oh, you have to run your sprint planning like this, you have to run your daily stand-up like that. No. I will phrase it like, at my workplace, we do our sprint planning like this. With that, you are not saying this is how it should be done, but you are saying that this is how it's done. When I go for interview, that's an approach I take. By that approach, you are not wrong because you are only telling them your experience. Do you get it now? That is very, very important. At my workplace, we do sprint zero. And this is the reason that we do it. Okay. So that's why I want you guys to focus on. Okay. All right. Let's move to Oye. How are you?
Yeah, good evening. I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, it has been, it's like someone that been driving a vehicle in the UK and then travel abroad where they use left-hand drive and he jump into a car and say he can drive. He'll find himself driving firstly on the other side before he'll, adjust, and the lady that been taking us for Scrum, she's been fantastic. That's Tolu Yusufu. And then everything is becoming clearer now. And we are working as a team, building the Scrum board and then adding the team members. So yeah, it's been good so far.
Okay, that's good, because it's good that you guys are mentioning Tolu Yusufu. She's brilliant, to be honest. She's brilliant. And one thing as an encouragement, I think she said it on the program as well. Tolu Yusufu was sitting where you guys are sitting maybe 4 years ago or 5 thereabout, actually. And I think before she finished the internship, she got a job. And since then, she's been assisting me in different places, actually. So, and also she's the one handling the advanced course, actually, which we call, it's another level after this for those guys that still think this is for me. So that's another level to say, okay, I want to be part of that. Most of your mentors' bodies are in that particular group as well. So I meet them like every week, like kind of an all day, every Saturday. So, and yeah, Tolu has been doing wonderfully, and even has got some years of experience under a belt as well. So, so Tolu, that's a shout out for you. Well done for a great job. And as well, other mentors as well. And other mentors as well. I know, yeah. So they've been doing very well. So, and yeah. Okay, Ayo.
All right, thank you, Deji, and thank you for your team. Let me begin by saying that your team have been so amazing. Seriously, you got the best team so ever. Coming to my experience, it's been so amazing. I would describe it like someone who has a little swimming pool and used to it and thinking you are really doing great, but now you have come across a challenge to swim in a bigger ocean of water, and then there you come across different kind of fish and different kind of things. Seriously, it helps me to prepare, and then to be able to manage serious issue that may arise as time goes on. I initially find it very challenging, but then with the good teams around, it's been very, very encouraging because of the kind of support that we receive. We had a meeting, and there's one of your team members, I think Olawumi, shipping something which is very, very encouraging. He said, start building your CV now. Write in your CV, you know how to do this, how to do that, and with time, you just realize that. Don't wait for the end of it before you start doing that. It's been so amazing, and we're working together as a team in our own group. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I will speak about the CV later, to be honest. So that's another thing that I want to. It's good that the mentors are already talking about that. So that's another thing that I will also be talking about even here. Okay, thank you so much for that. So okay, hopefully as you are driving on the on the right side, now there will not be any crash anyway. So yeah, all right. So diagnostic iPad, who's that, please?
Possibly me. My name is Omolola.
Okay.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. For me, I think the first question I asked when introduced to this course was, does it have anything to do with computer, or because it's not my thing at all. But I'd done lean management course, and getting onto it kind of gave me, I mean, coming onto to be a Scrum Master, it's kind of given me kind of a little courage, even though everything looked like Greek to me. But I believe I can do it now that I'm hearing people here and there. We're all more or less novice in the trade.
Yeah. Thanks for that. So to be honest, I would say 80% of people here are very, very new in IT. So that's an encouragement to someone. And most of the people that I've trained as well are very new. And I don't know how they do it, but they got jobs anyway. So, but we're going to talk about that later.
Okay.
So, but yeah, welcome to this. So I want to say welcome to everybody, actually, formally, for being here. So, and one thing that is going to happen next week, please put this in your calendar. So next week, we're going to do introduction. If you can, please put on some makeups. You might be on camera if you want to. So we're going to kind of have a relaxed environment next week, actually. So, and yeah, so that we can talk and chat and also do some introductions as well, so that we can know each other. So then maybe you might be able to know me more as well. So, and yeah, so that will happen next week. So please plan ahead, okay? And thanks so much for for sharing as well. So okay, I'll continue the presentation. So one thing that I want to talk about is the roles, right?
Sorry, please, when next week?
Next week is going to be 9 o'clock. Next week, 9 o'clock.
I mean, for the meeting.
Sunday,
Okay,
9 o'clock. Yeah, next week, Sunday, 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Is it online, sir?
It's online. Yeah. Everything is online unless the workshop and the graduation, but which we're going to let you know. Okay, Rose, I'll pass this to Pat to quickly talk about different roles and what you're going to expect. Pat. Is Pat there? Okay, 1 minute. I think the host actually. Okay, all right. So we'll come back anyway. So yeah. Okay, so we'll come back. So Pat is going to talk about this anyway. So after that, I will quickly talk about the Scrum Masters, actually the roles within the internship. You're going to have Scrum Masters, as you know. Your Scrum Masters are going to be there to facilitate all the meetings and do whatever they want to do as the role of a Scrum Master. They are going to be doing that. So, and then you have the BAs, of course, writing requirements and also doing the elicitation and the likes within your team, actually. So then the testers are going to be testing those requirements, actually, and ensuring that the project or the product has been developed meets the requirements, actually. So then you have your data analyst, right? Data analysts are going to be working with a data related project, and they are in some teams, they're not in some teams because we don't have a lot. So in those teams, they are going to be working with those projects that they're giving to them. So Scrum Master, you also need to kind of facilitate the meeting with them, also look into their project as well. So yeah, so that's that. There's a role that I did not put here. So if anyone can shout it out, there's a role that's not here.
Developer.
Thank you. Developer is not here because we don't have intense developer. However, there will be some developers in your team. These are my team, some member of my teams actually that will be doing that role as a developer, developing those applications for you, and then you'll be kind of testing or writing requirements, and they will be developing it. So that's why I did not put that role here as So it's basically, this is the intense role that presently we have at the moment anyway. Okay. All right. Okay. So another thing that I think I've mentioned this before, you have support calls on Thursday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So anything that is not clear, anything that you think you are not, you are still struggling with, or you want someone to give you some moral support and anything, please be on this particular call. And that's the call that, it's formal, very, very informal call actually, so that you can be able to, pour out your heart. So to be honest, sometimes I say, if you want a shoulder to cry on, these guys are there for you to to help out, in that essence. And also there's also pastoral care as well. So right now we do prayers. There are also going to be some moral support as well. So we are actually talking about where people are struggling. We have some people that give you moral boost and everything. So different thing, because one thing that we found that even of having done this for many years, it's really, really demanding. Your welfare is very, very important. And this is one thing that we want to kind of help you with actually, so that you enter sin, you leave sin actually. So and for myself also, I believe in the power of prayer as well, to be honest. So this is one thing that we've been doing for a few years now. Okay, this is now where it gets better. Okay, so please let me quickly do something. I think that one, I didn't finish that. So sorry, 1 minute. That should be blue sky. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so now this is the structure that you're going to follow, right? So in your in the old Blue Sky program, right? So from Blue Sky, from my team, you have a guild manager. So which means that a DA, you have a guild manager for DA, you have a guild manager for QA, for PA, for SM. Can you be muted, please? Thank you. So if you want to talk, of course, you are okay to kind of, raise your hand or talk, but okay, you have a good guild manager for all the roles, right? So these are guys within my team, actually, so that kind of sit upon that particular guild. So for instance, let's say SM guild right now. So there's a guild manager for SM. So any issues, they are going to look into that from the guild level, right? So after that, we have the intern guild leads, right? This is the program level now. So what it means that we'll have one guild lead, and I think we might be to one guild, one assistant actually. So you have guild lead for SM and assistant guild lead for SM as well. The same thing for DA, same thing for BA, the same thing for QA at the program level. So, and today we're going to appoint or elect those guild leads today, right? Then in your team, you need to elect or select or whatever, any ways that you decide to use, you need to select leads. So in your BA, you need to have a BA lead, you need to have a DA lead, you need to have a SM lead, you need to have a QA lead. You need to select them. All right. So this is very, very important. And I know some people for last year, they tend to rotate it to say, you do a BA lead today, another person do another one, BA lead for maybe next week or 2 weeks time, something like that. So it's fine. So that is okay if you want to rotate, or if you want to kind of have one that you say, okay, this person has got more experience, or this person is forthcoming, this person, but as a lead, you need to be open, ensure that your people, you rally around your people when they are struggling, you are there to help them. And so any issues that you are not able to help them, so you also, it can as well escalate to your guild lead, actually, because that guild lead is kind of program wide. So that's one. So this is the structure of the program now. So quickly, I want to ask for nominations. Okay, first I need SM guild lead. SM guild lead. If you want to be an SM guild lead, can you kind of raise your hand up? I need one person from the SM. I want to be guild. Eniola. Okay, that can you help me put the name down? Eniola will be the SM guild lead for, yeah. Okay, so, and okay, I think Stan also got his hand also. You're going to be assistant. Okay, so we've got two people. So Eniola and also Stan, will be that. Okay, so another thing that the guild leads also will be doing also, this meeting, we normally have it every Saturday. There will be different tasks I'll be asking you to do. The guild leads also are going to be writing them, and also because, for instance, a meeting like this at workplace, you might have only the leads and also the stakeholders, right? So you guys are the one that will go into your team to to actually tell them, oh, this particular task has to be done, this one is to be done, and yeah. So these are also your roles as well. You need you also serve as scribe in this particular meeting. Do you get it now? To ensure that all the tasks that I give out, the team knows it. At the end of the program, I might ask you, what is the task for sprint 1? What is the task for sprint 2? So as every meeting, you need to write the tasks out, right? And so right now, there will be tasks for SM, there will be tasks for DA or QA. So you need to send it out to your team and also send it also to these admins as well. As you are sending to the team, you are also sending it to admin as well. So now we got the SM done. Okay, I need the BA guild lead. Okay, and 2 volunteers. First one is the lead. 1 volunteer. Okay, Andrea. Okay, an assistant, D. Okay, all right, cool. So I've got Andrea and D. Andrea, you're going to be the lead, the guild lead, and D, you're going to be the assistant guild lead for the BA. Okay, let's move to the Scrum. Okay, I've done the Scrum Master, I've done the BA, and now the QA. Okay, the QA, I need, okay, JF1. Okay, I need another person for QA assistant and Sheung. Okay, thank you. So JF, you're going to be the guild lead, and Sheung, you are going to be the assistant. Okay, Pat, you got something to say?
Yes, Deji, please, can the people who have volunteered change the names to their actual first names and last names? It's really hard for us to know who this is. Please help the admin do their work better. And please, this goes to everyone on the call with iPhone, iPad. Please rename to your actual name that you've registered with. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. The last person is the DA. Okay. So the DA lead, the DA guild. Okay. So let's have that DA, a volunteer from the DA. I think we have almost like 10 people. Okay, Peter. Okay. Can we have one assistant from the DA, please? Assistant from the DA. Assistant from the DA. All right, thank you, Precious. Okay, all right, thank you so much. So now, to wrap it up, can I have all the guild leads also to raise their hand up so that we can have a show of hands? Okay, quickly, the SM. Okay, let's start with the SM quickly. SM. Okay, admin, can you take down names? Okay, Eniola and Stan. Okay, the Stanleos is sorry, just okay.
Stan is okay.
Stan is fine. Oh, thank you. All right. So, okay, those are the two SM. Okay. BA guild list, please. BA guild list. Can we have show of hand? Andrea, and who's the second person? The BA guild lead, please. BA guild lead. Who is the second BA guild lead?
That was D.
BA. Okay. I'm tempted to choose another person because this role is really important. Okay.
Hi, Deji.
Yes.
Yeah, a quick one. So please, the guild leads, you can't be in the same project team. We would like for all these leads to be across in different teams, not the same team. If you're if there's an SM lead in a particular team, we can't have that same guild lead for QA or BA in the same team. Thanks.
Okay. Let's see again. Let's see again. So the SM, the two guys in the SM, what team are you? We can look at this again anyway.
I'm in Delta thing.
We are both in Delta.
Both in Delta. Okay. All right. Pat, don't worry. Let's leave it for now. We'll look into that situation. Yeah. Because I don't want to force anyone to be this. Do you get it now? It's gonna be, yeah. So of course, data has been data then. So you guys are rocking from beginning. So it's a voluntary one. So I really want people that kind of genuinely want to take it. But let's look at, because that what Pat mentioned is a very valid one, so that it's not, we don't have data for everything before data becomes the program lead. Oh yeah. So okay, I think, Pat, let's look into it. So we'll look into how to kind of shove this together. All right. So I think I'm waiting for the BA ones, please. BA guild leads. Okay. Andra, and I think they said D. I'm not sure that.
Yeah, it was D that raised his hand. DA, the person called DA. Because I've
Okay.
made a note of the names already, so I know.
Okay, who is that? Who spoke now?
Buki.
Buki. Okay. All right. And you're not one of the guild leads, right?
No, I'm not.
And you've made a note.
No, you know, because I'm a BA, so I just need to know who our leads are. So that's why I already made a note of their names.
Okay. So you're going to be the second BA lead. Good.
Do you know, I kind of thought you would say that, but it's fine.
No. It shows that you're already kind of taking initiative by yourself. Do you get it now? That's the thing. So all right.
Hello, Deji. D's hand is already up already. So I don't know if he still wants it. His hand is up.
Okay, it took a while, to be honest.
It's her hand, not he. I'm sorry, I'm juggling a baby here.
All right, okay,
So,
all
but
right.
yeah, it's
Sorry.
No, it's fine. If you want Bookie to take it, so I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
it's okay. Thank you.
Okay. What team are you, Andrea?
Lambda.
Lambda, D.
Beta.
Buki.
Lotta.
Okay. All right. So don't worry. I think let's have it 3. We'll talk about this later anyway. Okay.
Okay.
Because I like people with initiative, to be honest. That's one thing. And you're going to see that as we go along, because I'm going to be calling people, and there are also going to be some cards that I'll give to people, or pass actually to some elite clubs. So that's one other thing. All right. Kiwi. So can we get those names? Okay. Kiwi, please. Can we have the Kiwis? Kiwis. I think, do we? Okay, so those are Josh and Sheung. So Josh, on what team are you?
Alpha.
And Sheung?
Epsilon.
Epsilon. Okay, so I think you guys are fine then. So hopefully, okay. DA, please. DA. DA. Okay, Precious. Okay, what team are you, Precious?
Better.
Okay, better. Okay, how about Peter?
To be honest, I'm not sure of the team I am now.
Really?
Yes, so I'm not sure I'm doing the right thing by raising hope in it.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay, can you check your team, please? Yeah, if you, yeah. So, okay, I think, yeah. All right, okay, that we got that sorted. Okay, cool. I think, yeah. So before that's that, so then when you go into your team, ensure that you select the leads for your team anyway. So that's the next thing to do, okay? Like I said, as a guild, you take ownership of the program yeah, and also you cascade the information that is said at the program level. When I talk about program level, will be one of them will be this meeting actually. So when I say, oh, I need this information, I need these people, and you might also be someone that the guild manager would actually call up onto, right? So that's okay, I need this, can you talk to your leads? Yeah, so technically the leads will be reporting to you and in essence, and you need to kind of organize this thing, okay? Okay, so let me quickly go back to Pat if Pat is ready.
Sorry, 1 minute, Daisy. I just want to ask a question. With the guild, are we going to be rotating it?
No,
Like you
it's
said.
not, it's not going to. It's the leads that you have to rotate.
Okay.
So because right
Alright.
now, the guild, I select them now. So technically,
Okay.
they work for me unless I fire them.
Ah, okay then.
Unless I
That's
fire
so
them.
great.
Yeah, Pat.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, Rose, tutors, buddies, mentors, guild manager. If you want to speak about them, please.
Hello, everyone. Good evening again, and well done for working hard in this 1 week of Sprint Zero. And I know it's been a bit of chaos, confusion for some, and for some, towards the end, it's getting clarity on what they are doing on this platform. So I want to touch on the roles of buddies and mentors again. I know we've had a session where we talked about this, but for the benefit of those who haven't had that opportunity, I'm just going to touch on this again so that we are clear on what the expectations are. So I'll start with your tutors. The tutors are going to be explaining concepts to you and actually showing you. They'll be doing this through the trainings that you have in the evenings, mostly from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And they'll be sharing their slides and explaining concepts relating to the roles if that you are being trained for. And they would also be relating their training to the things that you would find yourself doing on the internship. And some of them would also arrange workshops where you would have the opportunity to even get hands-on and have some practical experience, like a show and tell. And if your tutor has organized a workshop where they can also review your work, I would say congratulations to you. Their role is not limited to all of that anyway, but they would go as far as that for you. And I'm sure you've seen some of that being done in this first week that just passed. And your buddies, every team has a buddy and a mentor. So the buddies are your friends. They are there to help you settle into the team. No matter how confused you may seem or how unclear. Sorry, is somebody saying something? Okay. Or how unclear you are about the processes, just reach out to them to ask your questions. I know quite a number of them have introduced themselves in the project, the mentors as well. If you want to get their attention quickly, if you need to learn, I'm mindful here that some people are new to the IT world. Maybe they can only type a Word document or attach emails. Don't even bother yourself or worry if that is a level where you are. And I know some people would really find it difficult to speak up in a meeting like this because you feel, oh, I really don't know anything. Please, we love newbies. We love experienced people. We love people that are transferring their skills from one industry to IT. Everyone is welcome on this platform, and we are here to support you. Reach out to your buddies. They are here to help you. And I must say that you need to be comfortable. Get comfortable. Tell yourself you need to get comfortable on this platform for the next 12 weeks, because you will need to stay consistent and also understand that we are doing this from a place of love. So we need your commitment. We need you also to be able to reach out. We are not mind readers. If you are not reaching out to the bodies, you are shortchanging yourself, because where you are sitting today, they have sat there before and they understand what it feels like. And that is why they are going to be helping you when you reach out to them. They would encourage you. They are there to listen to any concerns regarding the course, whatever it may be. And guess what? They will happily answer your questions, no matter how repetitive it might be, because they have also done that. And people have also responded to them as well. And one thing we also do encourage you to do, and they would also say the same to you, they would encourage you to think for yourselves, like think of, oh, okay, how can I get a way out of this? And they will also help and guide you to get unstuck. Okay. And in your team as well, the buddies, I know the Scrum Masters have been tasked to do this as well. You need to do a roll call of your team members that have actually joined and those that have not joined, or those that have joined and they've not said a word. They've not even said hello. You can find out these people if you go into your group and you check on the members list. When you check their last seen status, you would know if somebody has visited that team within the last 24 hours. So that way it will make it easy for you. And I'm also saying again, please, every intern should try as much as possible to put the name that you've registered with, that name that is on the list. So you would also make your Scrum Masters work easy. In fact, when everybody we all do what we need to do, every team member would be able to do their work with less of time-wasting activities that they would have gotten themselves into because a team member is not doing what they need to do. Please let us be considerate. We are all here to help. So I'll go into the role of the mentors. So the mentor, they are there for your own interest, not for their own interest. The mentors have they've made sacrifices, so as well as the bodies as well. They've made sacrifices. They've done similar tasks that you've done before. And I think somebody said a mentor is somebody who has done a particular thing over and over again. And they've gotten to that point where they know what to do because they've done it repeatedly and they're able to show someone. So our mentors also have their expertise level. The mentors in your teams have they are there to represent the different roles, and they would give you experienced advice on your tasks, on what assignments that you need to do, but you would be expected to take the initiative. So to keep that mentoring relationship healthy, it will be good if you are also mentorable. Okay, so some of the interns on board now, you probably have some experience from other roles. However, you are here because there's something that you feel, there's a knowledge, there's an experience that you want to gain. So if you acknowledge that enough, you would also want to listen. And I'm very confident in the mentors that we have put in each of these groups. They know their stuff. If a mentor can't get an answer for you, they will let you know. They'll go and find out what it is. And we are all learning. Deji is learning, I'm learning, we keep learning. And somebody said something recently that Google, Microsoft, all the big companies, Amazon, that they keep firing their technical guys, that if the guys weren't good enough, why would they be firing them? It is one thing to know the job, know the role, and be on the role, but it's another thing to be able to sustain yourself on the role. And how can you do that? By continuously learning. So we are continuously learning on this platform. Everything we do, we get feedbacks, we improve. So it's also like a mentoring relationship as well. When we do something in a particular internship set, we get reviews from that. We also take it back and we work on it and we come back. And we expect that kind of relationship between the interns and the mentors as well. They give you feedback that would help you. They review your work if you allow them. You need to make that, you need to be the one that would initiate that relationship of being mentorable. But they be sure that they are there to help you. Then the mentors will also be there to motivate you, and they would not be doing the work for you. So let's understand that. They won't do the work for you because you need to do the work. It is in doing the work that you would remember what you have done. And when you get to interviews, what you've done just keeps going on. It gets on in your mind. It keeps going on and on because you have actually done the work. So you can't forget what you've done. And you'll be able to say that confidently in an interview. So on a sprint by sprint basis, I would advise that you catch up with your mentors. Some of our mentors have actually provided their availability. I think I posted the mentors availability in 3 groups last night. And I'm going to put the availability for the remaining of the groups as well, latest tomorrow night. So some mentors and bodies have actually not put in their put in a specific time. They are quite flexible, but you still need to reach out to them. You also need to tag them in the Telegram group. If you get their names, tag them so that they can actually know whenever you're reaching out to them. And the mentors as well, if you are keen on getting to start applying for jobs, which we encourage, build your CV. We are going to have a CV session at some point. That timetable would be out to let you know the date. I'd advise that you get yourself ready for that time, because it's important. Whatever you're doing, you start putting it in your CV, and that's how you start to build. So some of the mentors will be able to help you with your CV building. And if you start to apply before the end of the internship and you have interviews, please feel free to approach us to prepare you for the interview. People have gotten job offers while on the internship, and I think it is nothing that cannot be achieved if that is what you want. So I believe everybody has got different goals for themselves for the next few weeks. So I also want to say that if you go into your Telegram group, you're going to see some roles there. You see admin, you see manager, specific managers for roles. These are the guild managers. So they would be working. I believe they've all introduced themselves in the guild. So the guild manager for Scrum Master is Muji Olayiwola. The guild manager for QA is Onyi Odukudu. And the guild manager for BA is Bolu Odukomaya. The data analysts have got their team, and the DA manager for the data analyst is Tokpe Shudende. So reach out to them. We would communicate. I'm sure some of them are on this call, so they already know who the guild leads are, and we'll communicate that again to them formally. And we also have the admin, the admin and support team. It includes a few of us that you've seen posting messages. You see that exclamation mark, important messages. And some of us have slid into your DMs because we sent messages and you've not acknowledged or responded, or you've not done the actions. So please, let's work together. We want this experience to be an amazing one for you. No matter how new it is to you, no matter how strange all those buzzwords come in like flying in your faces, and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I'm just going to throw in the towel, because that's going to happen to some of you. But we really love that people would push on and stay to the end of the program. And I wish everyone all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Quickly, because we don't have enough time again.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Pat, for that delivery. My question is regarding the Buddhists. We have two in our team, and currently they are unreachable. I remember I escalated this on Friday, and I got a response from Moji that they have access to the group link, and we joined the team. But so far, we haven't been able to reach them. So just to let you know. Now, I mean, Upsilon.
Okay. All right. That's another thing that I'm going to speak about right now quickly. So, yeah. So of course, yeah, you need to escalate. Pat is the best person to escalate to. So if Pat, you can, yeah, please look into that. Epsilon. Okay. Eniola, quickly.
All right, sorry to bother everybody. Just a quick one. I know that we have another general meeting next week, Sunday, and then I still understand that we are still on sprint 0 for this coming week. But my question is, when can the Scrum Master have the project mandate for the project? Because we started populating our dashboard and our board, so we are unable to put description about the projects we're doing on it. So I'm kind of wanted to know when the project mandate will be given to us. Do we have to wait for the product owner to get the project, then you can be able to share it with us?
Yes, that is right. You need to have a session with your, I think most especially BA should have a session with their product owner to get the project mandate, actually. Yeah. So for the team. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about that anyway. So yeah. Okay, all right, let's move on. Okay. So sorry, I'm going to be quick, so because I want us to finish at 11 o'clock. Apology, I think the admin said is 10 up to 10 o'clock, so it's going to be 11 o'clock. Apologies for that. So the program, you're going to have CV reviews, okay? You're going to have interview prep, and of course, mentoring and live projects. So I think this you already know. So quickly, let's talk about the task, all right? So for a Scrum Master, in this particular sprint, I'm expecting you to create a job board, right? Create a project, set up your Azure board. This is the big one that you need to do, right? So after you've done that, invite your team to the Azure board. So after you've invited your team to the Azure board, and I know other people, yeah. So one thing that I want you to do is to learn from other teams as well, okay? Don't go to the other teams and go and change their board. And you might also want to have exposure to other teams as well to see what they are doing in their team. Okay. Yeah. So please go to the, after you've added them, let the admin know that this is finished. Then the admin would kind of add everyone to, or I think you also can do that as well. Add everyone to other teams as well, so that they can see what other people are doing. So because you want to learn from what other people are doing. So you have a lot of people with experience in different teams as well. So you want to see how they are writing their user story, how their bodies, and basically spy on other people. So that one thing needs to be done by your Scrum Master to ensure that every member of your team is added to other team as well, but not just for them to view, not to change anything in the other team. This is very important, okay? So then after that, you need to create your team charter. So in Azure board, you have Azure Wiki, okay? Create a wiki. In your wiki, have a team charter, okay? So you need to come together to agree on the team charter. I don't want the Scrum Master to get away and then bring a team charter. No, that's not the way to do it. So you need to call a meeting and your team needs to agree on a team charter. What's inside a team charter? What is a team charter? I'm expecting that you should have been taught now, but if not, so go into, yeah, you can Google for a team charter and see what is it. You're going to have your agreement, your team structure and everything. You're going to, yeah. So there are a lot of things in there. Your also your mandate, your vision, your mission, everything in your team charter. Your team needs to agree. This is a document that binds you together, right? It's like a contract or constitution, so to say. So, and it's also important that when any member of your team actually is going or is kind of misbehaving sort of, or not doing what they need to do, you refer them back to the agreement in the team charter anyway. So then you need to have your team structure, right? The list of your team, people in your team, and also their roles and their responsibilities as well. You need to have that. That also will be part of your team charter anyway. So having done that, I want you to write these structures as well. So this is the standard structure I want you to look into. You have one Scrum Master, you have 5 developers, you have 1 BA, you have 1 tester. And I think also, yeah, 1 DA as well. So, and I will quickly add that as well. So 1 minute. So I'm 1 DA. So technically in your team, you might have more than this actually. But what I am saying is when you go for interviews, don't talk about, I've got 5 Scrum Masters, I've got 6 QA, 7 BA. No team is structured that way. Do you get it now? I want you to write how you are structured now. But basically, all your Scrum Masters, some of them are working 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm going to say all of you, you are 1 Scrum Master. Basically because you don't know what to do, and also even if you know what to do, you don't work full-time. So technically you are working as a 1 Scrum Master. You need to know everyone in the BA, you are 1 BA, okay? And also the QA, so that's why I split it out, 1 manual and 1 automation tester, okay? And as well as 1 DA, okay? DA is not that kind of relevant, so that's why I just kind of omitted it here in the first instance. So in some cases, in some teams, you don't need a DA, okay? If you decide to say, okay, there's no DA, that's fine. So that's one. So, and I know some people are listening there. And so Adiola, quickly.
Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. So I'm so sorry to want to backtrack you. I understand from a couple of minutes you said that by now the BA should have met with the product owner to have like an initial meeting and get what the project mandate is. I understand that I'm in Alpha Group. We were supposed to have a meeting and stuff. I'm so sorry. I know this is a general meeting. I shouldn't be saying this, but up until now, we haven't had that meeting to the best of my knowledge. And I understand that we're supposed to, although we're in sprint 0, we're supposed to like prepare like normally, like in the real world for 2 sprints, if you understand what I mean. So I really do not know where to go from here. And I'm beginning to think that I'm the one who hasn't gotten the information. Am I wrong? Am I right? Should we have had a meeting with the PO now? I'm not quite sure where I stand now.
Okay, all right. I'm coming to that because there's a tax for the the BA as well, which I'm going to talk about. So I think when I get there, you're going to see what I've got anyway. Okay. Okay. All right. So, and yeah, so the last task from the Scrum Master is that you get your mentor the list of inactive members in your team, right? And I think even you can also, the admin you can also send it to admin. Actually, I want a list of inactive members as well as inactive bodies and mentors. So I think the one person actually said, oh, we haven't spoken to our bodies or our mentors in a while. So I want to know them. I want to know who is not active. I don't want to wait until 5 sprints or 3 sprints and someone is not telling me that, yeah, this particular body, as we have not actually seen this person because of that. So every sprint, in fact, every week, I want this list, right? And so, and if after 2 weeks, we have inactive members, the member is gone, right? So let's say you appear inactive member in this week, we give you another week, right? Then it's gone. So the same way with bodies as well and mentors. So if a mentor is inactive for a week and another week is inactive without any reason, so that means, yeah, the person ceases to be a mentor, right? So this is the structure we are putting in place, actually. So for sprint 0, it's still because everyone is still kind of, yeah, getting themselves ready and everything. That is fine. So, and we can let it go. But from next sprint, we are going to start looking into that. But however, for this sprint and next sprint, please, we need to get these inactive members. So, and that's one other thing. So, which means that before next sprint, before the end of this next week, I want to know how many members are active, because some people they have not even joined the team at all. So if they're not going to be there, So let's just remove them and know how many people that we have, to be honest. And I've scrapped a whole team before because the members are not active. The bodies couldn't even help them for them to be active. There's no point having this a team that is not active. So what I intend, what I now did at that particular time is to move the active one to a new team where they can be active, to be honest. So then the team is disbanded. So this is very, very important for us to have. Okay, so, okay. And that is for Scrum Master. So, and I will ask you if you have any question later. So we have some moments of questions anyway. So, okay. Okay, so now for Sprint Zero keyways. So, you've been asked, you've been actually told how to write a test plan or test cases or test strategy. If not, there will be, I think there's a workshop on Monday or Tuesday that they are going to show you. So at the end of this particular Sprint Zero, I want to see a test strategy. I want to see a test plan. I want to see at least 1 or 2 test cases, maybe in Excel. If you are able to do it in Azure DevOps, that's fine. But at least this is your deliverables for this particular Sprint Zero, okay? So that is for the keyway. So for the BA, right? Okay, so I think I missed out 1 minute. So I think that should be meeting with product owner. Okay, sorry, apologies for that. So, okay, so that's meeting with PO, all right? You need to have meeting with your PO before end of this Sprint Zero, right? I would say if you have not done that, ensure that before end of this week, in fact, not even in the next 1 or 2 days, you need to do that because you need to gather your requirements. You need to do your requirement gathering. I have discussed with some of the POs and I said, okay, then you need to look at the techniques that you're going to use to gather your requirements. It might be a questionnaire, it might be interviews, it might be maybe meetings. Just gather your requirements, all right? You don't need to gather requirements as if you are in a waterfall module. You might just need to gather requirements for Sprint 1 for now, right? So yeah, so and of course you should have got your project mandate. If not, before end of this, I'll say in the next 1 or 2 days, okay? But like one thing that I can tell you, Sprint Zero will not go well for everybody, as in it's not because everybody's finding their feet. And this what happens everywhere, actually. So that's why I want you to experience it as well. So don't panic if you're not able to do this in Sprint Zero. I can tell you, but I'm giving you, this is what I'm expecting you to do in Sprint Zero. But of course, there's still going to be different things that you are still contending with, even people you are not dealing with each other. So that's one thing, but it's fine, don't worry. Sprint Zero would kind of have its own headache anyway, but I'm expecting you to gather your requirements, have a project mandate, let your team know, right? Cascade it to them. And also you need to create your business requirement document as well, okay? And above all, write your stories for Sprint 1, right? So before Sprint 1, you already have some stories that are ready. So, and yeah, so by Sprint 1, you can start your sprint planning based on the stories that you've written. So that's what I'm expecting you to do, okay? So, Paul, don't fret, okay? Even if you are not able to do this in sprint, by Sprint 1, you get better at this, actually. And I can tell you for some people, it's going to be Sprint 2 that they start to, oh, this is what they're asking you to do, and this is what this is. So I know people will have different journeys. So, okay.
Nothing else.
Well, for the DA, okay, hold on. I think I've got the DA somewhere as well. Can we be muted, please? Thank you.
I want to see.
Gwenga, I just muted you, please. Can you be muted? For the DA, your role is tax. Your tax is a bit simple. You've got, I'm going to assume that you've got some Excel tax to be done. So the training that happened on Friday, so you need to also go back and watch it as well and redo them. On Wednesday and Thursday, there will be a workshop for you. Yeah, bring those tasks and you have opportunity to do them again as well. So that's one thing that you guys need to do. Of course, like I said, you also need to also attend the Agile meeting as well. So your tasks, you need also to prepare them for next sprint, okay? So that you can put them in the sprint 1. So this is still sprint 0. So, and that's one. So gather your tasks, okay? Get them, and so that you can start working on them for sprint 1, which is going to start. Okay. Okay. And everyone needs to create CV, right? I think this will you always ask question, which type of CV are we creating in just one week into the sprint? So just create your CV. I know the last time I asked people to create it, they asked, okay, which type of CV is it? You can as well create a CV as you want, as you need, you think you can create it, the best one that you can create. There's a section for CV creation, so they will let you know, but try as more, just put your best in actually for now. But you are going to have a CV created at the end of the sprint 0, right? So, but if you're not able to create it, there's also going to be a session to actually go through how you're going to create your CV actually. So what I'm expecting you to do is to create your CV for the future, to say at the end of sprint 5, this is how my CV should look like. Do you get it now? So we're going to tell you how you're going to do it, even if you don't know how to do it right now. So we're going to create that feature CV in future to say, oh, this is what I should have known at the end of, or this is what you should have done at the end of sprint 5 or 6. So that's what I'm expecting you to do. So that session will come in for everybody, okay? So bringing all the, bringing all the tasks together. So this is the task now, okay? So I think there's some missing for the Scrum Masters anyway, don't worry. So the Scrum Master is at the top. I'll go quickly. Yeah, so this is the Scrum Master. Actually, this is Scrum Master 1, and for the QA, for the BA, and the DA, I think then everyone, okay? So now, so you also have some tasks even together that you need to do together, okay? So you ensure that you populate your wiki. So all these tasks I put here, like for instance, the QA, your test strategy, your test plan, everything should be in your wiki. So the Scrum Master should create that wiki. So is Azure wiki, okay? So, and in the wiki, you need to also add your proposed date or days of meeting. So what day are you going to use for your sprint planning? What day are you going to use for your daily standard is daily, but what time is it, right? For instance, 7 p.m. for your daily stand-up. Yeah, and that's another thing. I want you to put 2 dates there actually, or 2 time actually. So for daily stand-up, I want you to write the time that you do it. For instance, let's say we do our daily stand-up at 7 o'clock. But of course, you are not going to be doing daily stand-up at work at 7 p.m. Do you get it now? In reality, what will you be? What time is it going to be? So you will say, oh, reality 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. So normally you will take from 9:15 to, I think, 10:30 is fine. That's what I can propose to you. However, most of us have worked in a team that they do daily stand up at 11, even some people 12, or even 2 o'clock or 2:30, depending on your team, because some teams are co-located in different locations, so they factor that in. And like I said, I think I said before, parts work in a place that they do their sprint planning at 5 p.m. That's when they're about to go home, because there are other people that they need to, that maybe the US guys they are in the afternoon, so they are trying to ensure that they attend. So yeah, so that is it, to be honest. So you need that. You need to have your dates, the time or the days actually that you propose for different meeting, your sprint planning, your retro, your demo. You need to agree on that. This is one of those things should be in your charter as well, in your team charter. You need to have that. So okay, and you need to put that in the wiki. Okay. And yeah, I've spoken about the inactive members. Okay. So at least for the BAs, when you are preparing for your stories, try as much as possible to write 3 stories per sprint. I'm talking about each BA. Okay. Each BA, try as much as possible to write 3 stories per sprint. For the last intern that we did, I know people that have written like 6 stories. Okay. So don't just write 1 or 2 or 3 and don't, So ensure that you commit time and resources to it. This is very, very important. It's your time and the cost, okay? So minimum of 3 stories. To be honest, I will advise you to do 7, 7 stories. So one thing I can say is like, it doesn't matter, even if you have to write another story that your colleague has written, it's fine. It is okay. So both of you can write the same story and decide which one you want to put in the sprint. Do you get it now? Let's say all together there should be 8 stories or 7 stories. Everyone can go and write their own 7 stories. Then you can decide which one you want to take into the sprint. Because even though it's a teamwork, you need to know that you are going to go into your interview individually anyway. So you need to have experience. So let's say someone is writing a story about login, right? And this is one thing that's happened, right? So I remember someone that I was opportune to do an interview for in my workplace. The person is an intern, actually. She came to the interview, he was talking about login. I was like, after the interview, I said, yeah, what are you talking about? Out of every story that you've done in the internship, the only thing that you could mention was login and he said, I only did login because that's what they assigned to me. And I said, okay. So even though the story was assigned to you, don't just say this is it and you won't pick other story. Pick other story so that you don't be like this particular person and you go for interview, you only talk about the story that was assigned to you. Spy other teams as well. Look at what they have, knowledge of everything. To be honest, this is very, very important. Okay. Now, don't push. This is now, I'm going technical, but I'm going to talk about this later. But as a PA, please don't put URL in your story. But if you don't understand what I mean, leave this for now. We'll talk about this later. Okay. So, and also keyway, also write a lot of test cases. It helps you. It's the same thing with the BS as well. Write a lot of test cases. It helps you to get more experience. Don't say, oh, they assigned 2 test cases to you, and those are the one that you're going to write. You might not go too far, to be honest. Even those ones that did not assign to you, write them. And also, even maybe you can tag them to say, just for experience, just for testing. Do you get it now? And you know that, okay, you agree that this is not, I just wrote this for my sake anyway. So, and you can, even after you've written it, you can decide to put it to maybe remove it or just put a tag there, just a real trash or something like that. But that experience is there that you know how to write those test cases for that particular story. So I'm going to be asking Kiwi to be taking screenshot and also BA as well to be taking screenshot of their stories and as well test cases that will come anyway. So, and yeah, I've spoken about the project charter or the team charter in the week you need to, okay. So I added number 9 because it's very, very important. So you need right now, as you are learning the rope during your tutorials or in your training, learn to know how to raise bugs. So this is very, very important. Don't be like another intern as well that went to advanced and I asked the person, go and raise bug. And the person told me, I don't know how to raise a bug. And I said, you went through internship for 3 months and did you not raise any bug? And the person told me, yeah, because I didn't find any bug. So that's one thing I've told the developers, even though the application, they might intentionally put bugs in the application so that you can be able to find it, okay? So developers are going to do that. You will see bugs in the application so that you can be able to know how to do that. So you have exposure to raise those bugs, okay? And another thing that I want to talk about, that thing is the mentors and bodies as well. So I've also spoken to them, right? Some of them may be difficult intentionally, right? so that you can learn how to work with difficult stakeholders. This is very, very important. I was speaking to one of my mentees, and she was telling me that, did you know that it's difficult to get my product owner? All right. And the guy doesn't even attend to me. He was like, yeah, you won't fix a meeting. The guy will accept the meeting, but it doesn't show up. And I think Pat was telling the person that I think this one should not surprise you, because you already learned how to deal with kind of people like that. So that's one thing that I would actually to watch out for, actually. Some of them might be intentionally kind of difficult, but you need to know how to address them. You need to know how to do that, so that when you go for interview, you'll be able to talk about how to deal with difficult stakeholder. Okay, I think that's all for now. Thank you so much. I will leave the 15 minutes for questions. So if there's any. Okay, Ginika.
Thank you, Daisy. I saw something on Wiki. That's the slide before this one. Please, do you mind going back? Ensure you populate your Wiki. So I'm like, where is the Wiki? How do we access the Wiki? So that's my question. Thank you.
All right, cool. So they are going to, if you have not been shown the Wiki, I think that means going to get, okay. So yeah, there's a Wiki in Azure DevOps, actually. So they will give you admin rights to be able to create Wiki, right? Once you create your Wiki, you put everything in there. So and also in your teams, there's also Wiki as well. You can put in the Teams Wiki and also in Azure DevOps Wiki. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. The next question is, with respect to daily stand-up, is it the decision of each team to decide on the time to do the daily stand-up? Thank you.
That's totally right. Yeah, your team needs to decide on the time and day. You need to agree, because that's another thing that should come in your team charter, right? The team charter is a kind of agreement. What time are we going to do our daily stand-up? What time are we going to do? You also talk about the ceremony and agree on the time and the durations as well. Do you get? So yeah, you should agree on the time. For me, I will propose that you should do it at 7 o'clock, everyone, right? Because that is the time you don't have any meeting. So 7 to 7:30, right, between that time. But your stand-up should not be more than, I would say, 15 minutes, more than 15 minutes. And to be honest, for those guys that have done it last time, it's kind of another social gathering. I can see they are kind of loving it, because now you have people to talk to and everything every 7 p.m. So I will propose that you do it 7 p.m. every day. But if your team decide to say it's not going to be 7 p.m., it's going to be around that time, that's fine. But I'll say 7 p.m. as work for some other people. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Dele?
Yeah, hi, Deji. Thank you very much. I just quickly wanted to address, it's not a question per se. I wanted to address a colleague, BA Adeola. She's in Alpha. We've raised suggestions, and we haven't, we're going to get to the list of people who haven't responded later on, but I just want to refer back to our BA platform, Alpha. You should go and look at it, because we tried to organize a meeting today, but the BAs didn't respond, not all of them. Not all of us. So we're going to get back to that. I just wanted to address that so she's aware.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so please do let us know of the inactive members. So like I said, if any member is inactive for a week, or you might, I don't say, so see what is happening after another week. To be honest, that is you gone out of the meeting, because you've kind of signed the agreement as well. Even a week is too much. You only said that you are not going to meet 3 stand-ups. That's what you agreed. So even to give you 1 week is kind of, yeah, we've been lenient anyway. So yeah, okay. Deniro.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I have to drag you back a little bit. I'm an intern for QA. My question is about how things work. When I was pushing for these things, I realized I didn't really know what the tools actually I was going to need For instance, it was late. I'm using Mac at the moment, but considering your advice, you advised to go and get a window, which of course I have to go and get. Then as time went on again, I discovered that I need there's some tools I need as well, like Azure Dev, Microsoft Office, Visual Studio, all those things. So could it be very nice just for next time for people who are just joining, so they know what are the necessary tools needed? And again, how do I get all these things? Please, could you please enlighten me? I mean, I'm a rookie in this area, please.
All right, that's good. I take your feedback. Okay, that's good. But one thing that we try to do is we try to work like a workplace. For instance, let's say you, which is that has happened to me actually. I work in a place, and when I land on the contracts, they tell you this is the tools that we are going to be working with. Before you get there, nobody told you, right? So you don't even know anything. And some of them you have to use your laptop as well. They didn't give you any laptop. So that perspective is what I'm bringing in actually. But of course, maybe we can say you need to have this actually so that you can prepare. But sometimes I don't know that because I'm trying to make this as practical as possible, that even if they throw you into the deep blue sea, you are able to sink. Do you get it now? For guys using Mac, I think you can have window installed on your Mac, right? So that also is possible, right? So if you get Windows, that's fine. But I say from that, so the rest of the application that you need, we are going to be telling you as you go along. Actually, for QAs, the only major tool that you need to install in your system is Visual Studio, actually, right? Mac also could do that, but it's only that we don't really support that to be honest. So because it actually drags us back when we have to be supporting Windows, and also we support people using Mac to say, because when the tutors are going to be showing their screen, they might be using Windows also, and some of them also have Mac as well, to be honest. So, but I do advise everyone to get Windows anyway. So that's one thing I can say. So, but it's not that Mac is not going to work. It will work
Hello?
as well. Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Okay.
Ajura, you need to be muted, please. Thank you. Please, I think it would be good to everyone to be muted if you are not talking, okay, to us. So we don't want to hear all your personal messages or that you're sending to people. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. So later on, we'll look into that anyway. But like I mentioned, my viewpoint is what I've explained. I'm not sure that is the right approach, but we just want to be sure that it's close to workplace as possible. Do you get my point?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Ukeme, sorry. Ukeme.
Hi, good evening. So yeah, I can actually say that it's been a wonderful first week. But I have two questions. So I have a finance background, and so it's like most of what you've talked about, it's getting into the IT. Is that what is it coming? So I'm really very new in BA, and my question is, will there be will I be able to apply my experience here to finance? That's my first question. Then my second question is, so what do you mean by inactive? Because is it not participating at all, or because I don't expect that everyone will respond to questions or maybe in sessions. So what do you really mean by inactive participants?
Okay, all right, good, thank you. So maybe I should redefine that, because last set I asked that. So there'll be some meetings that your team will attend, actually. So let's say your daily stand-up, you as a Scrum Master, please. I'm gonna meet you, camera, because there's a echo coming from your end. So as a Scrum Master, you need to look at the people attending your ceremonies, right? So I'll also maybe take an attendance, actually. Professionally, you won't do that. You get it now. So I need to put that out so I don't say, yeah, put daily stand-up and mark attendance. But this is just for us to know who is active. When I say inactive, I mean people that don't attend meetings, right? So, and some people will not attend your meeting, but they will say, I'm not going to attend because of so, even though we don't encourage that. So, but if it's now becoming, a pattern that this person will not attend. But we know some people that they will not just attend at all, right? So I really want to have those lists. And as we go along, we're going to also be measuring how many activities or meetings you attend and what is your participation in the team. But for a start, you caught maybe 7 stand-ups in a week, and this person has not attended at all. Technically, that person is inactive, right? So the person doesn't need to be here, right? And the person does not even attend your retro sprint planning, is not there, then the person has no place, right? Then when we go along, we're going to now know, okay, and the stand-up, this person is always absent. Maybe once in a while it comes like a ghost and leaves, and then we look at that's the next level of inactive members right now. Even the person just on. So we also look into that. But for this sprint 0, it will be this person has not attended any meeting at all, or out of the 7 only attended once, and then you didn't see the person again, right? Or consistently, let's say after 4 meetings, you didn't see the person again, is basically inactive. So those are the guys I'm looking for the sprint 0. Anyway, yeah. Okay, I think that's us now. Thank you so much. Okay, so and also your question in terms of finance, actually, so which I think is a good question. So yeah, so to be honest, I've actually trained a lot of accountants in that they are now BA. One of your mentors, okay, I think she did one of the training. She's also chartered accountant as well, in the UK. ACCA, isn't it? So yeah, so and a lot of them as well actually on this platform that were chartered accountants and even lawyers, to be honest. So, and they now converted to become a BA, because even for them also, they go to some roles like banks, finance, they bring them because they know that you got background in finance. So you can now use your accounting background or finance background in that aspect. So to be honest, BA is a good role for you, actually, because when you now go to a company, let's say you go for an accounting or consultancy and it's related to accounting, they're looking for someone like you, actually, that's go. You might do better than I can, even as a BA in that aspect, because you have the technical ability to be able to interpret their requirements, but you might not have the IT skill to be able to do that. So that's where you are here to say, okay, once they give me that particular story, you know how to do it. Like, for instance, my present workplace, we talk about ledgers, we talk about all these things as in F&O, right? Finance and operations. So, and to be honest, I'm not from finance background, but sometimes it's difficult for me to comprehend, actually. But for an accountant, it will be easy, right? So to know what a ledger is and also how to do the cost and everything. But I have to work with that application like that, actually. So for you, to be honest, it's really going to be walk in the park, actually. Yeah. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
All right, cool. Can you hear me, please? Akiyemi Ayokunle. Okay, all right. Akiyemi. Okay, all right.
Yeah, sorry. Mr. Deju.
All right. So okay,
think I
one minute. This is the place. Let me on this platform. My name is Deji. I know there are a lot of people here that are even very old. They're older than I am, and also some people that I'm also old. So please, on this platform is it's first name basis. Okay. It's not anything. So if I know some people, I'll call them by name, but I cannot do that outside. That's another thing. I know even there's some people that are very close to me, even uncles that I call them uncle, that even that. So I dare call them by name. But on this platform, they've given me the liberty to call them by name. So and I'm going to ask everyone as well. So it's first name basis, please. Let's adhere to that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I discussed with you in the afternoon. So I just believe that before you go to bed, this is the best option for me to follow up with our discussion. Maybe later I can call you. So I don't know.
All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, give me a call.
Okay.
Give me 10 minutes after the meeting has ended, then give me a call.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Unica.
Hello, Digit. Sorry, I have to ask this question. With respect to the stand-up, aside the interns, do we include the bodies, mentors, and others, or just the interns? Thank you.
Okay, all right, that's good. So one, the bodies are stakeholders, and I think one of your Scrum trainers actually said that you don't invite your bodies or to your stakeholders to your daily stand-up actually, and as well as retro. Do you get now? Because you might want to talk about them. For instance, your bodies or mentors should not attend your daily stand-up. So they might not attend your daily stand-up. You can invite them one just to see that, for them to give you feedback. Do you get it now? And I don't think they should attend your retro or no, unless you think that let them come and see what we're doing. Because sometimes you might want to talk about one mentor that's not doing very well. You want to put it on your retro. And do you get it now? So, but I would say that it's up to you, but also up to them as well if they want to attend. But for now, it's not something that mandated them to attend. Do you get it now? So the daily stand-up is only for you, because people that attend daily stand-up are the people that are doing the work. Do you get it now? So, and they're not doing anything. What are they going to be saying? Do you get it now? So, but you can invite them once in a while to say as an observer anyway, but I don't think they need to be there, to be honest. Yeah.
Noted. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. So I will see you again next week. Like I said, it's going to be introduction. Everyone needs to introduce themselves. So, and yeah, we might also have a kind of camera on. So at least some people that have not seen my face before, that's always this masquerade, you have opportunity to hear from me. And also please ensure that you do all your tasks that is for this particular sprint. But like I said, also don't worry, technically, even I've worked in a place that they did sprint 0 twice. That's how sprint 0 always be. That's why I want you to experience it as well. It's not going to be smooth, actually. So even if you are not able to complete your tasks, don't worry. Do you get? Trust me, I'm telling you, don't worry. As long as you are committing to it, and that's fine. Yeah. So don't worry. Sprint 0 is not. That's why they put it at 0. To be honest, so that is not any sprints. Yeah. So otherwise, if it's sprint 1, you have deliverables. Do you get it now? So it's only when you have sprint 1, you have all those deliverables. Even for the keyways, even you are not able to do it, just put your best effort in. Okay. All right. So that's why I'm not going to ask you to do any what's it called? Any demo on Sunday, actually. So no demo on Sunday. We're going to still have a time to relax, talk about how you do a check and everything. So yeah, so but please try as much as possible to cover the tax if you can anyway. So okay. D.
Apologies. So quick question, going by because I come from a finance background as well. So when you're talking about, you said we're going to teach us about CV creation. Does that mean on the CV, we have to delete all our previous experience and put this? I'm just wondering how that would play out in real life on our CV. If you're coming from a different background, like I'm coming from a finance background, how do I?
Of course not. Of course not. You are not going to delete anything at all. Because for instance, let's say after 2 or 3 sprints, you are going to have like some aha moments actually. Let's say you're a BA, right? Or a QA. So, and you got finance background. So what you're going to do is like a little tweak, right? Let's say you've been going to stakeholders meeting, asking them, what do you want us to do? Or let's say, for instance, let's say accounting now, you go to a client and you ask them their stories, you want to do accounting for them, and you're going to say, okay, what exactly is your issues? What is it? But now as a BA, what do we call that?
Your kickoff meeting, gathering requirements and all of that.
Exactly. So at that point, what you are doing is like, you have transferable skills, even though at that point you are not calling it elicitation or gathering requirement, but you are actually gathering your requirements.
Okay.
So you're going to look at your responsibility at that particular time, right? Those ones that relate to your job, you're going to make them predominant on your CV.
Okay.
And you're going to now write them in the context that they should be, right? You are not going to now use a layman term to say, I went to clients and I asked them what they are going, is their problem. But you're going to say, I went to the stakeholder, soliciting or eliciting requirement from the stakeholder. Do you get it now? What exactly are you eliciting for? This requirement, your requirement could be finance requirement. Do you get it now? And then you put that, because what happens is that some of us we have actually used some application. I'll tell you some of the people as an accountant, you would have used an an accounting software, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Maybe before then they will come here and they say, D, can you test it for us? And you test it as a user. At that particular time, what you are doing was basically UAT that a BA will have done. Do you get it now?
Yes.
And the same way for a QA as well. Do you get? So you look at that and say, what have I done that I need to now bring into bear on my CV? Do you get it now? So those are the things that we call transferable skills. But training like this will expose your eyes to see and say, oh, I think I was even doing some BA role in my last role or QA role in my last role. I didn't know. Do you get it now? Yeah. That's one thing. Yeah. And another thing that I can also tell you, actually, which is one of what a recruiter told me. There's one time I was looking for a job and they called me. The guy said, are you interested in this particular job? And I look at the job and I said, no, I'm not. The guy asked me why, and I said, I don't like the title. But the guy said, how about the money? The money is okay. But now said the title doesn't fit my profile. It looks like a junior role to me. Okay. The guy said, really? It's because of the title. Okay, don't worry. Anything that you want to call it, I will call it for you. And I will give you reference for that as well if you come back. If because of the title, what do you want it to call? Do you want to call it a director? I'll call it director. Just go and do the job. So, and then I told me that, he said, because roles in different places, they call it differently, right? For some people, a VP in their workplace will be just a manager in a different place. Do you get it now? A manager in a different place will be just senior, blah, blah, BA in a different place. So that discussion opens my mind to say, that is true, right? Because some people, if you put a VP on your CV, some people will say, what's a VP? They want to see a manager. Do you get it now? Or a director. And they don't, because we don't relate to a VP. For them, like for instance, Nigeria don't do VPs. Do you get it now? If you go to American, it's VP that most of the IT companies will use, right? So that's why you need to know that sometimes title does not matter. You need to know what is the title that you want to call yourself basically in your next role.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. All right, thank you everybody. I will see you next week. But I think there's another training tomorrow for the guys that are still interested in the roles. So if you have anybody as well, I think we still have some few places for dynamics. I think the last person that spoke also, yeah. We still have some spaces for dynamic. I'm going to do like a role show tomorrow to talk about these dynamic roles. Initially, it was meant to be for experienced guys. I think the team have look at, okay, that the new guys can still do it as well. So, and we are looking for some guys. I think of course the spaces is few actually. And if you have any other person, you can invite them tomorrow. That means I'm going to send the invite tomorrow, and there's some incentive as well. I think it comes with free examination as well, Microsoft examination, because these guys are also Microsoft's MVP as like myself, and anything Microsoft you want to support actually, because we are Microsoft partners actually. And so okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow there. Those guys that want to see what this entails anyway. So okay, all right, thank you everybody. Have a good night. Yeah. Cheers everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deji. Good night.